Bill Maher obliterates liberal argument that the border was better under Biden. Bill Maher took liberals to task in the latest episode of his HBO show, saying it's impossible to argue that President Joe Biden handled immigration well compared to his predecessors. The comedian brought up a chart showing net immigration to the United States from 2001 to 2020, which were the years George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump served as president. None of them cracked a ceiling of 2 million or more immigrants in a single year, with Bush having slightly more migration over his 8 years than Obama. Maher let the suspense hang for a moment before he revealed the immigration projections under Biden, which soared well above 3 million per year in his final 2 years in office. Democrats can say they weren't for open borders, but it sure looks like someone left the gate unlocked, Maher said. There are 500 million people in South and Central America. We can't take them all. This data was taken from a January 2024 report from the Congressional Budget Office that measured the number of all immigrants. This included lawful permanent residents, people with temporary visas, and illegal immigrants. Since it was authored at the beginning of last year, the CBO estimated that there would be 3.3 million immigrants to the U.S. by the end of 2024. It actually ended up being 2.8 million, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, which is still about 1 million higher than the previous peak seen in 2005. U.S. Border Patrol agents also reported many more migrant encounters at the U.S.-Mexico border under Biden's tenure. In December 2023, 249,741 people attempted to cross the southern border, the most ever recorded in a single month. The busiest month ever seen during the first Trump administration was May 2019, when 132,856 migrants surged to the border. After months of pressure, Biden signed an executive order in June 2024 that shut the border when crossings reached 2,500 a day. It also restricted asylum for migrants coming from Mexico. Trump has gone further, declaring a national emergency at the southern border, ordering enhanced vetting of visa applicants and directing the military to use additional physical barriers to prevent unauthorized crossings. He also sought to end birthright citizenship via an executive order, an act that was quickly blocked by a federal judge. Birthright citizenship is currently guaranteed by the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, but Trump believes a person should only automatically get citizenship if at least one of their parents was a green card holder or a U.S. citizen at the time of their birth. The U.S. District Judge John C. Coffenor, a Ronald Reagan appointee, called the executive order blatantly unconstitutional. Lawsuits have been brought by 22 states, and the case is expected to wind up before the Supreme Court. In terms of legislation, Trump signed the Laken-Riley Act into law on Wednesday, which requires the detention of unauthorized immigrants accused of theft and violent crimes. The bill, which overwhelmingly passed both the House and the Senate, was named after the 22-year-old nursing student who was murdered in February last year by illegal Venezuelan migrant Jose Antonio Ibarra. Ibarra, 26, was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole after he was convicted for the brutal murder. Trump has also been conducting a mass deportation program since he was inaugurated late last month. Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) has so far arrested thousands of migrants illegally in the country.